right, Northwestern up on the podium. Cats advance. They will play the winner of this UConn-Stetson game on Sunday. Time to be determined. We have head coach Chris Collins. We have junior guard Brooks Barnheiser. We have grad guard Ryan Langborg, and we have grad guard Boo Buie. Start with an opening statement from Coach. Then we'll go to questions for the student athletes. So again, raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. Please give name and affiliation before asking your question. We will dismiss the student athletes and go to questions for Coach. But Coach, if you want to start.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so fortunate to be sitting up here with these guys. I mean, our team, the toughness level and heart of this team is like nothing I've ever been a part of. I mean, for us to have the first half we shoot 7 for 33. And it was all from we were excited. You know, we're excited to be here. We're excited to compete, and we couldn't throw it in the ocean. And our defense, though, was just so on point in the first half. So even though we really struggled offensively, being at halftime at 20-19, I actually felt really good because I knew we would settle in. I knew we would get to, I'm always, the people who cover me always know I'm a gunslinger, so I'm one of these guys, if we've missed 10 in a row and you're a 50% shooter, you're going to make 10 in a row at some point, just because water's going to find its level. And in the second half, we saw the ball go in and really was proud of how our guys, that was the flagrant foul occurs. We're up 4 there, under 4. We think we have the ball, but now they get 2 in the ball. The momentum kind of shifted there, for those couple minutes. They got the lead, 58-56. Fortunately, we got a miss 1-and-1. And I was just really proud of the poise of these guys on the last, I'm not a big call a timeout guy. And I like to trust these guys to let them, we know what we want to go to late. So why let them set their defense? We came down, we showed tremendous poise. They were overplaying Boo. He set a great screen for Brooks. Brooks got to the basket, was able to get a layup, and then we got back and got a stop. And we just got together at the end. I mean, we've played so many overtime games, guys. I mean, in our league, guys that have followed us know. And we just said when we got to overtime, we're gonna find a way because that's what we've done all year. And it's a real credit to these guys for their heart, their toughness, and their will to just dig down and win the game.
Questions for the student athletes at this time. We'll start on this side, row 3.
Matt Shelton, Wildcat Report. Ryan, not sure if you're aware, you set the program record for points in the NCAA tournament. How does it feel to reach that accomplishment? And then any trash talk to Coach McIntosh, who had the previous record, and Boo, who was in second place?
I mean, I guess definitely some words will come later to B-Mac, but no, I mean, I don't think any of us on the team think about that stuff. It's cool, but at the end of the day, we're focused on the next game, celebrate this one, and we got a long way to go, hopefully.
We'll stay on that side, row 4. Go ahead.
Ryan, last year you really made a name for yourself in the tournament as someone who comes up in the clutch, and in overtime you did not miss. You and Boo, this was your possible last chance to be on the floor in your college career. How did you feel in those moments? I'm sure you just knew those shots were going in, but going through that overtime, what were you guys thinking, and how is that going?
I mean, I feel like for all 3 of us up here, we're just having fun. I don't know if you can see, I usually don't celebrate a lot when I make shots, but I know I have my tongue out and things like that. So, no, I mean, and then that fadeaway that Boo hit at the end of the shot clock, we were just feeling good, and just having fun out there.
We're going to come to the other side here in row 2. Go ahead.
Iggy Dowling, inside NU. Brooks, on that last possession when you scored, just what was going through your head, from the beginning to end until you put the ball in the basket?
Yeah, really, I was just trying not to settle. I think the original play was for Boo, but they were denying Boo. So Boo was trying to set a screen on me. We were able to get some separation. And then I kind of came, gave their big dude a shot fake. He jumped a little bit, so I knew I was able to maybe get by him, and then he wouldn't be at the rim to contest it. So I was able to just get a layup. And that's really all it was, just playing off my teammates. And I'm glad that, the biggest part is that Boo came down and got a stop on the other end when Davis kind of came down and shot the long shot. We contested it. We didn't, just start celebrating. So it was a testament to, the whole team on that play. I was able to tie it and then get a stop, force overtime. And, we kind of played really well in overtime, ended up getting the win.
Stay on the aisle in row 1. Go ahead.
Brooks, given your relationship with Coach May, what did you think about the fact that you were the guy who hit the shot to force overtime and was a dagger for him? And did you have what kind of conversation did you have with Coach May after the game?
Yeah, it's cool. When March comes around, there's a lot of really cool stories. I have the utmost respect for Coach May. And really, after I was in the back of the line, and we just told each other that we love each other. We're super close, but, I'm really glad that we got the win. Super, super proud of him. That's all I can really say because, it gets a little emotional in March, but I'm super proud of him.
We're going to stay on this side, row 2, and then we're going to go back to row 4.
Boo, David Gold inside on you. You guys have played in multiple overtime games. You took Purdue to overtime twice, took Illinois to overtime. How much does that help prepare you guys to play these 45-minute slog-out games and just find a way to grind out these wins when it matters the most?
Yeah, so Coach said it best, and, in those games, we have us three right here usually, we're the ones that's playing majority of high minutes in those type of games. So, it's our jobs as the leaders to just, make sure that going into that overtime period, we're telling each other, like, this is our game. We're built for it. Like, we're just telling each other we're built for these moments. We put our bodies through stuff so that we're prepared for this situation. And we just had the utmost confidence. Once Brooks laid the ball in at the end of regulation and we went into overtime, like everyone in the huddle was saying, like, we're winning. Like, there's no other option but winning. And we just had so much confidence coming out into the OT period. And I'm just proud of everybody who's here today and played a role.
We're going to stay on that same side in the aisle, row 4, Nicole.
Nicole Auerbach, The Athletic. Ryan, for you, what did you learn from the run last year that you were on with Princeton?
Sorry. And I mean, in every situation, I feel like you just got to stay calm. And I know we were down, and like, look at that, we were down 2, could have been 4, and Brooks hit a great shot, sent it to overtime. We win that game. I mean, there was a possibility that wasn't going to happen, right? So just staying composed, and these guys leading the way with the ball. We just stayed composed the whole time and made it easy.
We're going to go to the other side of the room right there in row 1. Go ahead.
JD Del Castillo, FAU University Press. For any of the student athletes, what was Coach communicating to you guys before the game, or what were you seeing from FAU's defense that led you guys to lead the team in scoring?
Why don't we start with Boo, then go Ryan, then Brooks.
Yeah, so for me, they actually kind of threw like some different defense at me a little bit in the first half. They were kind of in a drop, and then as I got downhill, they would come up. So I was just trying to figure out what they were doing in the first half, but my teammates did a good job, just picking me up and making sure. But like Coach said, we weren't really making shots in the first half, so a little bit of it was maybe their scheme and just not making shots. But I thought that once we got to the second half in the overtime period, we were pretty much able to run what we wanted to and get to some good shots, and we were able to make more shots.
Yeah, I mean, just echoing Boo, I feel like our team just kind of meshed together at the right time in the game, and we were just balling, right? So I mean, when you get in that moment, you're not really thinking too much, and we're taught all the day, every day in practice, just make reads. So I think that's what we're doing.
Yeah, like when you play with a guy like Boo, a lot of times teams are going to try to take the ball out of his hands. And it's kind of been a thing that we've kind of echoed like all season, is just having confidence when they try to throw different defenses at them. Kind of gives guys like me and Ryan to just kind of, be aggressive and be ourselves. We'll have open shots because people, have to take the ball out of Boo's hands. And that's what their scheme was. So it's really just kind of being confident once you get the ball, in different situations.
Got time for one more of the student athletes. We'll go here, row 3, John.
This is for Brooks and Boo. John Fans of Fox Sports. There's chance of Ryan Langborg here in Brooklyn as this game is weighing down the final seconds. Can you both describe what he has meant coming into this program this year and what kind of zone he was in to start overtime?
Why don't we start with Brooks and then go Boo?
Yeah, he's meant a lot. And the cool thing about college sports is, like, when Ryan came on his visit earlier this spring, as soon as he touched down and, we got to spend some time together, I hosted him. Like, I knew he was going to come here. We had this connection where, I don't even know how to really describe it, but as soon as, we actually were roommates, we lived together, but he's meant so much to our team, just being a leader, being an everyday guy coming, and I can't really describe, like the friendship and the leadership that he's had for not just me and Boo, but, other guys on our team. So he's meant the world to our squad for sure.
Yeah, I mean, just piggybacking off of that, I mean, he pretty much explained it really well. But Ryan, he's just been a huge, huge help for us. Obviously the basketball is great, but just as another mentor, another leader for the younger guys in our program. And, you know, he's just a super, super nice person, and he'll do anything for anybody. He's just a really good teammate to have, and man, he was balling today. Man, he was balling.
For sure.
All right, we'll dismiss the student athletes. We appreciate you taking the time. We will see you guys on Sunday. A reminder, the Northwestern locker room is open. It will be open for at least another 20 minutes. We'll take questions for Coach Collins at this time. We'll start over on the end here, row 2.
Hey, Chris, Steve Wiseman, Raleigh News and Observer. Some of those replay reviews went against you guys at the end of regulation, the inadvertent whistle, obviously. You protested them and argued. What did you see from your team in those chaotic moments that told you they were going to be okay in that situation to be able to pull it out and get to overtime?
Well, I think it's been 11 years since you've asked me a question, so it's good to see your face back from my North Carolina days. But our guys stayed poised. You know, there was definitely some chaos with some reviews, out of bounds, flagrant fouls. It's part of the game, and the officials, you know, they're great officials. They're here for a reason, so they're looking at that. So I mean, you got to go with what was called. You know, obviously we're trying to state our case on how we feel about things, but we have such a tough-minded group, and we have a veteran team. You know, Boo's a fifth-year senior, Ryan Langborg's a fifth-year guy, Brooks is in his third year. We got older guys that have been in these situations, you know, playing in the Big Ten, being on the road, being in chaotic environments. You know, we've seen it all throughout the years, so I think our guys are comfortable, whatever gets thrown at us. I mean, we had 2 starters that got hurt in the last month that we've had to deal with, and they just keep their focus, they keep their poise, they get on to the next play, and I thought after all that happened, you know, our ability to just get on to the next play and finish regulation and find a way to get to overtime was huge.
We'll get onto the aisle here on row 3 on this other side.
DeCare, Wildcat Report. Obviously, Ryan Langborg out of his mind in OT. At what point do you say, this guy's got the hot hand, we're just going to feed him and get out of the way, or did it all come in the context of the offense?
Well, we have a package of stuff, you know, that we run for Ryan. And, you know, as a shooter, when a guy gets going, you could see it in his eyes. He was really hot. So, you know, I kind of emptied my Langborg package with the playbook. You know, we run a lot of stuff for him to get shots, and we kind of found that, you know, we were having success with him coming off screens with their 5-man. They do a really good job. They switch a lot like we do. So their switching was bothering a lot of the stuff we were doing. You know, but we were able to find some stuff when using their big, you know, as our big screening off the ball. We got some pin downs. We got some of our specials. We got some handoff actions where he was able to get to his mid-range. And, yeah, I mean, I'm just one of those, like, that's how I roll as a coach. Like, if somebody's got it going, I'm gonna ride that player. I mean, that's just how, you know, that's what I wanted when I was a player and people coached me. And you see a guy get it going, you know, you're going to ride that hot hand, especially when you got to win, when your season's on the line. So don't know what it is about the NCAA tournament with Ryan Langborg, but I'm sure glad he's on my team this go-around.
We're going to stay on this side of the aisle in the last row. Yep. Adam.
Hey, Chris. Adam Zagoria, NJ.com. How you doing? It's the second year in a row your program's in the second round of the tournament. What does that mean to the school and the university? And if you end up facing Danny and UConn in the next round, what kind of challenges does that present? And
well, I want to enjoy this game before I start talking about that juggernaut. It means a lot for our program. You know, when I came to Northwestern 11 years ago, we were one of the only Power 6 schools that had never been in the NCAA tournament. And, you know, for us, that was what everybody wanted. Can we get there once? You know, it's never happened, the history, and that was awesome. And to be a part of that history was great. But I'm from the Chicago. I grew up 15 minutes from Northwestern's campus. You know, I viewed it as an opportunity to go in there and try to build a program, you know, and it's not easy, you know, in the Big Ten. The programs you have to compete against, what you have to face. We've had some great times. We've had some lean years. The administration has stuck by me. You know, when we had some tough times the last few years, a bunch of players hung in there with us. And to get to this point where, you know, I feel like we've earned respect, you know, and you only do that by winning in your play. You can't talk about it. You got to go out there and you got to produce results. You know, so for us, 2 years in a row, last year we come in second place in the Big Ten. This year we tie for third. we now come into the NCAA tournament and we advance 2 years in. So you got to do it. You got to produce, and that's what we're trying to build. We're trying to build something that's sustainable, something that can last. And the more you can win and the more you can get on this stage, I mean, perception is everything, guys. You know that. You get a player like a Boo Buie, you get a player like Ryan Langborg and Brooks Barnheiser. Now, you can talk to high school players and talk to other guys and say, hey, Northwestern ain't all bad. We play a fun style. We win. Our atmospheres in our arena were sold out this year. It was great. And all those things just mean the world to me because it's been so much work by so many people over 11 years to get to this point.
We'll do one final question. Locker room is open. Other side of the aisle, row 4, Nicole.
Nicole Auerbach, The Athletic. Chris, I'm wondering if you can kind of rehash when Ryan's coming out of the tournament run last year. He's in the portal. Why you wanted him, what you noticed from what he did in this stage last year, and kind of the beginning of all that.
Well, fortunately, we were both out in Sacramento. Princeton was in Sacramento. We were in Sacramento. We both advanced. We had a chance. You're focused on what you're doing, but you have an eye. I mean, we're all hoops junkies. So you're watching games and you're seeing what's going on. And we knew he was playing so well, and we knew a lot of those Ivy League kids, because of the COVID, they have to leave, right? If they have another year and they're done, there's no more. They couldn't stay. So we were hoping and praying as we saw that as we watched him, we knew we were going to have a good nucleus coming back with Boo Buie, Brooks Barnheiser, Ty Berry, our big guy Matt Nicholson. But we lost Chase Audige, who was a huge piece to us, who was a wing player, who scored, who defended, who did a lot. And we were going to have to replace a lot of that production. And we just felt Ryan was a seamless fit. Who he was as his character, who he was as a player, his skill set. We really thought it would complement, the guys that we had. And I mean, I don't know if anybody beat us to the punch, but if, we were one of the first ones on the horn to call him, and we got him to campus right away. And he just, like Brooks said, I mean, it was just seamless when he got on campus. It just was a fit. There was a need. He fit our guys. He fit our culture. And man, what a great experience for him, to come. The grad stuff's not easy, guys. I mean, it's hard. You play someone else 4 years, and now you come in and you try to, step into a new program. And it's a testament to our guys for welcoming him in. And it's a real testament to him for coming in and being a part of what we're doing, and then still coming out and performing on the big stage like he did today. It's been an awesome fit for both. I think it's worked well for both of us.
Okay, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you, guys.